All right. So once again, I'm live. Got my brother Frank Nitty with me, Chak coming on today. What's going on, bro? Hello? What's up, man?
My bad. What up, man?
I don't know, man.
She was just chilling, man. You know. Just holding it down, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you're talking about Juneteenth. I was talking to Miss Dawson earlier. She said that one of her cousins got shot at the Juneteenth thing. So a lot of things been going down in Oakland, California. So but I gotta look into it. Miss Dawson, she said that her cousin was shot or whatever. So I'm like, it was at this event. So
at least 15 people are recovering from bullet wounds tonight after an Oakland Juneteenth celebration ended in gunfire. The non-sanctioned event was peaceful until it started to wrap up. As NBC Bay Area's Jody Hernandez reports, that is when things turn terrifying.
I'm just, walking around enjoying the festival of Juneteenth on a normal, nice day.
But 27-year-old Dejanique Madlock's fun day celebrating Juneteenth with family ended like this.
No, they shooting at each other.
Gunfire erupted as Dejanique headed back to her car parked on Grand Avenue, sending hundreds ducking for cover.
So I couldn't make it to my car. I had to run for my life.
We have everything from minor gunshot or flesh wounds to loss of fingers to some of the individuals still being in critical condition.
Oakland Police Chief Floyd Mitchell says the violence began when about 20 vehicles initiated an illegal sideshow. Shortly after, fights erupted in the street and gunfire broke out. The chief says several officers were also attacked while aiding the victims. So far, no arrests.
This type of behavior and level of violence is unacceptable. The opportunity to celebrate with your family and friends should never be marred by gunfire.
There were so many gunshots that I heard in the videos that occurred last night. This is a multi-layered, that's going to take a multi-layered response. And I will not rest as a council member of that district until we have solutions.
Police say they're determined to find those responsible for the violence. Dejanique is grateful she survived. A bullet grazed her hand and hit her car. She says the city has to do better.
It was tragic. Tragic. All I could think about was my family and living to see another day.
In Oakland.
Yeah, well, that's that. So shooting out there in Oakland, Juneteenth celebration.
It's crazy, man. But the thing is, we're gonna say.
But it's kind of interesting because she talked to me and talked to us about it earlier, and she said that it could have been a psyop that was put on by the government too.
Yeah, because why are all these? It's like a couple of other Juneteenth celebrations that they supposed to be got shot. People got shot at. What's that?
I know. That
That's
one
kind
in
of weird.
Philadelphia.
It's like three of them all together, right? Why all of them? There was violence at all of them. Yeah, right. Come on, you know what I mean?
I told you we had something. I told you we had that event. He ain't nothing like that happen.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I don't know, man. Nothing happened at the LA one. They had a Juneteenth celebration. Nothing happened there. I don't know.
Now look. Oh yeah, this is Arkansas. I forgot. Yeah, that's the one right here. Here we go. Here we go.
Step into Wix Studio, the platform for agencies and enterprises, and turn website layouts into an...
Here you go.
To some breaking news that we're just getting into our newsroom. Take a look at this. A live look at some scene video over there out in Fordyce, Arkansas. 2 people were killed, 8 of them wounded in a shooting that occurred Friday at a grocery store. This is in South Arkansas, according to police. Arkansas State Police is saying the shooting happened at the Mad Butcher.
Time out, man. She said 10 people shot, 2 dead. On his headline, said 11 shot, 3 dead.
Which one is it, right? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look.
I'm confused.
That's what it say on his headline. 11 shot, 3 killed.
11
She
3.
said
That's
10
30.
shot, 2 dead.
Well, 11 3 is 33, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
That's 11 3, right?
Yeah, that's right.
They be playing, I'm telling you,
in
DJ,
the video,
bro.
it say 10 people shot and 2 dead. But down
Okay,
here,
they
it
gotta
says breaking 11 shot and 3 killed. Which
gotta
one
show
is
that,
it?
They got to show the, you know what I mean, the people, you know what I mean, the elite, that, you know what I mean, that,
Yo,
you know, this is coded.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Nobody caught that, huh?
Look, let me play the video, Frank. Hold on.
Grocery store in Fordyce, and that the shooter was critically injured after being shot by police. A law enforcement officer was among those who were shot but did not have life-threatening injuries. Fordyce is a city about 3,200 people, located 65 miles south of Little Rock. Video posted on social media showing at least one person lying in the parking lot. And in another video, we did see multiple gunshots where they could be heard. But this is a live look at that scene, very active at this time. And there you are seeing the sign of the Mad Butcher grocery store where this happened. Again, 10 people shot, 8 of them injured, 2 of them were killed. The shooter, in this case, critically injured when they were shot by police. Arkansas's Governor Sarah Huckabee, she is tweeting about this event, significant event over there in Arkansas. I want to pull up this tweet here, and you can see that she says, "I have been briefed."
Dude, we don't be catching that, dude. We don't catch that shit, man. You know what I mean? What a coincidence, that name of the restaurant called
Mad Butcher, huh? Come on, man.
Dude, and then, you know, and there's never a motive. You notice it's always like, it's just people just go, oh, they just feel like shoot. It's never, I don't understand that. I don't get that. That's the part.
Yeah, I mean, this happened today, though, at a grocery store, nonetheless. Now, remember, it's a grocery store now.
True.
On the tragic shooting in Fordyce and am in constant contact with state police at the scene. I am thankful to law enforcement and first responders for their quick and heroic action to save lives. My prayers are with the victim. That statement goes on to say that my prayers are with the victims and all of those impacted by this horrific incident. Let's get back out to that live scene. But here first, you do have a video from Greg Yarbrough of just that scene a little bit earlier on today. You can see so many law enforcement agents did respond to this, a mass shooting.
Hey, man, where the bodies at, man? Come on, man. God damn. Where the bodies at, man? I don't see nothing but police cars. I don't see nothing.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, wow.
Where the tape at? Where the tape at, man?
Damn, there's no tape. There's no police take, man. Oh, wow.
At a grocery store over in Arkansas. Back here, we do have that live picture in which that scene is still very much active at this time. And then we are getting some more tweets detailing this situation. We have this next one from Talisa Hampton saying, we're on our way to Fordyce after reports came in of an active shooter. Police are at a local grocery store. Dallas County Sheriff's Office says a shooter has been contained, but as seen in the pictures, the scene is active. Shooting took place at the Mad Butcher.
Wait a minute. He's contained, but it's been, as seen in the pictures, the scene is active. What the hell is going on, man?
Let's go back out to that scene where you can see that it is still very much active. And a bit of a refresher, if you are just joining us now we are following this breaking news out of Fordyce, Arkansas. 2 people killed, 8 of them hurt in that shooting that occurred Friday today at the grocery store in South Arkansas. Arkansas State Police saying the shooting happened at the Mad Butcher grocery store.
8 or 11?
You said what?
She talking about 8 was hurt, but then it says 11 right there. It's like that shit went up. Like, I don't get it, man. This shit don't make no sense, bro.
In Fordyce, and that the shooter was critically injured after being shot by police. A law enforcement officer was also injured when they were shot, but they do not have life-threatening injuries. This city, Fordyce, is about 3,200 people that live here and is located 65 miles south of Little Rock. Let's get back out to that tweet from the governor of Arkansas, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, just saying here that she has been briefed on this. She is in constant contact with state police at the scene, and she is thankful for their heroic action to save more lives, but still a tragic day in which 2 people were killed in this very much active scene that we are continuing to follow here on Live Now.
Wow.
Now, hold on. I think it's Round Rock. Oh, yeah, it is Round Rock. It is. Yep, it's Round Rock. Oh, wrong one. Oh, wrong one, Shaq. And guess how much time that video took?
What the video? What?
You ready?
What, 33?
The last one that I just 3:33. Hold on, here we go.
Print it like jewelry designer Kirsten and find a way to get noticed every day. Or go ahead and print it like barbershop high-end.
This isn't a victory lap by any means. We got a lot of work to do.
Tonight, one suspect is in custody for the deadly mass shooting over the weekend at a Round Rock Juneteenth festival. Authorities arrested 17-year-old Ricky Thompson III Thursday morning, charging him with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
People are going to ask, why haven't we charged with murder? Why just aggravated assault? Please understand that we have.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing, Delson? Shaq, what's up, man?
Peace. What's good? What's good? What up, Frank?
What up?
What's the word, man?
Chilling.
Say, Frank.
To that show earlier. Young cats, man.
Hey, man, ain't nothing but some heat, man. Nigga, can't keep his heat, stay out the kitchen.
That's right.
Look,
that's all.
We've been talking about these masks for the last 10 minutes. I played the video, Dawson, earlier of your the one that your cousin was in. I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was a lady with the cast in her hand, but I did see the video. So sorry about what happened in there. We still think it's a government psyop too, somewhat, because they had a mass shooting in Arkansas where the video said it was 10 people shot, 2 dead, but then they said it was 11 shot and 3 dead. Well, 11 times 3 is 33, right? Now I'm coming to Round Rock, Texas. They say the suspect shot Frank is a 17-year-old male, right, that did this shooting, right? 17 years old, responsible for some mass shooting in Texas. Right? A lot of stuff going on here, man. Yep, that's her with the cast on. Okay. I thought, okay. Right, same thing I said.
Have a lot of evidence, a lot of casework to continue to do to make sure that we are getting the justice for these families that they deserve.
The next steps, though, aren't entirely clear. Police say they're still investigating what exactly happened in the moments leading up to shots being fired at the festival, killing 33-year-old Lindsay Vicnair and 54-year-old Ara Duke, and injuring 14 others. That means police say they don't have any other suspect descriptions, and they wouldn't tell reporters whether or not they think Thompson fired the fatal shots that killed Vicnair and Duke.
Does our department believe that this person was responsible for the deadly shots? We have a lot of investigations to continue to do. And again, I am not going to compromise the integrity of this investigation, not for you.
But Chief Banks, standing alongside Williamson County Prosecutor Sean Dick, who did not speak to reporters, says he's open to upgrading the charges against Thompson to murder if the investigation turns that way.
To be able to prove the intent of murder, you have to prove intent and he acted deliberation and malice, right? Those are some, it wasn't an accident. It wasn't self-defense. This is something he meant to do.
Besides Thompson, Chief Banks says they know other people fired weapons, but reiterated there are currently no other known suspects.
I'm glad justice is going to be, have the chance to do what it does.
Sean Ardoin headlined this year's Juneteenth celebration at Old Settlers Park in Round Rock, where a mass shooting killed 2 people and injured 14 others. Today, Round Rock police announced the arrest of 17-year-old Ricky Thompson III in connection to the shooting. He's charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
I'm glad that that the investigation is bearing results, and we're looking forward to see everybody who needs to be brought to justice.
Police say the shots stemmed from an argument between 2 groups at the celebration. Ara Duke and Lindsay Vicnair were killed in the shooting.
To have an incident like that, put a little mark on it, put a big mark on it. It's just so disappointing.
Lindsay's family released a statement Thursday after police announced the arrest. In it, the family says they're experiencing a range of emotions and are thankful to friends, family, and others for their love and support during this time. A spokesperson for Ara Duke's family says they spent today saying their final goodbyes to her. Shortly after learning a suspect was in custody this morning, Governor Greg Abbott posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, that he hopes the suspect gets swift and severe justice, saying he supports the death penalty.
I'll be glad when everybody who was involved, gets to have their day in court.
What Ardoin hopes doesn't happen in the wake of this shooting is people become too afraid to go outside and attend festivals again.
I just believe that we'll be okay. And it won't stop us. It won't stop us from gathering and having large gatherings.
As we seek to help these grieving families and victims of this senseless tragedy, get through.
Lives taken too soon.
Though they died celebrating our freedom in their departure, may we continue to celebrate their lives.
33-year-old Lindsay Vicnair and 52-year-old Ara Duke were shot and killed at Round Rock's Juneteenth last Saturday. The Austin Honey Badgers track club held a candlelight vigil in their honor. But for their families, this vigil isn't about what happened to them, but who they were.
These ladies are very beautiful, so they made an impact. Ponder that in their hearts.
Lindsay Vicnair's daughter was a member of the team, and she spent a lot of time on this track watching her run. The club remembers Lindsay as a dedicated teen mom and memories.
We want to be the individuals that are trying to remain positive throughout this and try to triumph through a tragedy.
As Lindsay and Ara are laid to rest, the road to justice continues for them.
This is a sad occasion. We got a 17-year-old that's in custody.
Round Rock police arrested Ricky Thompson III Thursday morning in connection to the shooting. As of now, he's facing charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. But Round Rock Police Chief Alan Banks says those charges could be upgraded pending new developments in the investigation. Round Rock PD says they're continuing to gather evidence and conduct interviews to identify other suspects involved in the shooting.
We have a lot.
All right, guys, we gotta think about that.
Man, that's kind of it's like so. That's like the third one, right? Why are all these? I don't know, man, about these shootings at these Juneteenth. I just don't think.
A lot of Juneteenth shootings, brother. A lot of Juneteenth
So
shootings.
what they trying to say? We can't come together
Now-
without nothing happening. What are they trying to say? What are they trying to say?
Well, they said they hope we can have more public gatherings together. Sound like some psyops is going on here too.
That's
like
what it sounds like to me too.
This thing was gonna go down.
Didn't the Kendrick Lamar?
This thing was on a Wednesday, yo. So I mean, you know,
didn't the Kendrick Lamar and them have that big old blood and Crip unity and all that? Nobody doesn't happen there
on a Wednesday, yo. You saw that, right?
And that was some gangbangers. So come on, man. I don't know, man.
Yep, Kendrick Lamar had that big concert on Juneteenth. Yes.
Am I right or no? I mean, no.
You're right.
Man. You got to question everything,
Now-
DJ. You know what I'm saying?
Now watch this. Since we talking about Juneteenth, because I got a lot to talk about tonight in a short period of time. Since we talking about Juneteenth, listen to this Colombian immigrant, what she says about Juneteenth.
Oh yeah.
What are we at, man? Oh, yeah.
To be shoved down our throats for the most wretched holiday in America. BLM raised millions. And what did they do for Black lives? It is outrageous to see people asking for reparations, even though they never went through slavery. These ungrateful people should be celebrated because they were born in the greatest nation to ever exist. Here's a tip. If you don't like America, kindly get the fuck out. Reparations from slavery and Black victimization shoved down our throat.
Now, this was kind of funny though, because I thought she was just talking, but this is on her campaign website. This is on her campaign website. So this is she running a campaign on. Yeah. Say go. This one, she in the state of Missouri, 24 years old, girl from Colombia, I guess. Just trying to clout chase. I don't know what she got. That's on her. I really don't give a shit. I just thought it was funny as hell. The only thing she did, she was right about BLM raised millions. But she said, if you don't like it, get the fuck out. That's what she said. I just thought that was just kind of.
How you an immigrant saying that? How are you an immigrant saying that though? We're not even from this fucking country.
Hey man,
that's weird.
I like the podcast. I guess she on some she wilding on that one, but she
on some conservative. No, she know the white people want to hear that. She know the white conservatives want to hear that. That is. And every other race.
She was talking about Juneteenth. She was talking about why do they got to celebrate Juneteenth for one thing. That's what she was saying. That's what she called it a ratchet holiday. But
and use the word ratchet. Wow.
See? But look though, if you listen in the background, she was listening to Metro Boomin though.
Right.
You saw that?
Wow.
I like, come on, man. And Metro Boomin was dissing who? Drake.
Wow.
Come on, man. Little girl, hey, look, baby. I'm just saying, baby, you're a little out of pocket. That's all.
Man,
I just had to make sure that it.
Hell out of pocket.
But hey, it's how it going down right now, Frank. Hey, look, Frank. We ain't got. They showing you right now that we ain't got no. This they showing you ain't none of that black and brown coalition. That's all game, man. That's all game.
What's game?
It's all game, man. Here we go. Now listen to this. Listen to what this woman say.
When the exit polls came out, it showed that there was low voter turnout across the board, especially with their Black constituents, but particularly with Black men. From that point moving forward, they employed this tactic of shaming Black men through Black women, in which you saw a host of slogans begin to prop up and permeate throughout social media as well as mainstream media. And mind you, these slogans came out of DNC think tanks, but they were slogans such as Black women are the backbone of the Democrat Party. Black women have to save America again. We heard that a lot in 2020. And Black women are tired. These are slogans that are stated in order to not just simply shame Black men into voting blue, but it also puts into question your manhood, because if you were a real man, then Black women would not have to be the backbone of the Democratic Party. If you were a real man, then Black women wouldn't have to save Black America again. And if you were a real man, then Black women wouldn't be tired, because you'd be the one tired because you're supposed to be a man who handles all this stuff, but because you're not, Black women have to do it. And in order to restore your manhood, what you need to do is vote blue. This is a tactic, once again, that we've seen promoted heavily from 2016 up until this point. And I even want to play a clip from Maxine Waters in 2020, where she was going so hard with this tactic of shaming Black men that she said that if Black men voted for Trump, she would never forgive you. And it is the most despicable and deplorable thing that you can do. Let me play that clip for you right now.
And for those Black young men who think somehow they can align themselves with Trump, not only are they terribly mistaken, any of them showing their face, I will never, ever forgive them for undermining the possibility to help their own people and their own communities. It is absolutely unconscionable. It is shameful. But if they would spend some time with us, we would help them to know what we're struggling for.
So as Maxine Waters stated, if she sees your face in public, she'll never forgive you, because this is the most despicable and deplorable thing that you can do. And what you need to do, in her own words, is spend more time with Black women, because you're a dumb child. And if you would spend more time with them, they would educate you politically on why you need to vote for Biden. But because you're a dumb child who doesn't know any better, you'll most likely vote for Trump. And if you do that, that's the most despicable thing you can do. And I will never forgive you. Now, let's not also forget how recently, about 2 or 3 months back, on play them with.
I always expand it, right? I always expand it to the right. I don't like these immigration issues. Why is nobody talking about me? You've got Asian American men who are saying, hey, wait a minute, I don't think affirmative action has worked for me. We have this twisted focus on the wrong group of people. No matter if every single Black person, and always, you always had 13% of Black people who end up voting for Republican anyway. If every single Black man in America who voted for Trump went and voted for Joe Biden this time, it ain't going to change much.
I don't think that's true.
But a large, I'm telling you, even unless you look at a place like Georgia, right, which is in a very, very small margin. But most of those Black men, it's not going to end up making a difference. But if we look at Latino men and we look at Asian men, that's where the difference is. That's where the focus needs to be. We have the Democrats have to have, yes, the Democrats have to have a pivot to different kinds of people and stop talking to folks who are 55, 60.
Stop there.
Listen to what an old rapper has to say, because their vote's already decided.
You're making a point.
Go ahead.
And see, this is how we use as cannon fodder, bro. Why, if you notice, every election, every presidential election, every 4 years, who they pandering to?
Us.
Okay, so if we got the smallest population, like he said, even if we all voted, at maximum, we still wouldn't affect the voting percentage, because by their numbers, just going by their numbers and saying we 13%, 48 million. Now you got to calculate the children that's in there. You got to calculate the men and women that's locked up in that. So where that leaves our voting percentage, if we believe those numbers and statistics.
Well,
he's correct.
Yeah. Well, he ain't.
We're not the vote for the voting unless Only way we can be the bulk of that, unless we are more, it's more of us here than what they lean on.
Right.
You
That's
got more.
the numbers don't lie.
Keep talking, because he gonna tell you, something else, and this woman gonna tell you something.
It's those 18, 19-year-olds who are working right now at CVS and Verizon who don't see a difference, who are the ones who are liable to either stay home or switch their votes.
The internet gonna be on fire by what you just said about black men, Jason. I just want to get your mentions ready.
As he stated on live television, and no one really took the time to refute what he said the Democrats have a twisted focus on black men and that it's time to move past them because they can do whatever they want. They can all vote for Trump en masse and it still wouldn't matter anyway because we have Latino men and Asian men that we can fall back on. Now let's come back into this MSNBC news clip here where we're going to see this woman discuss polling and how Biden is apparently struggling with the black vote according to polling and how she's so confused about this. But as opposed to just simply speaking on that point, look at how she very quickly pivots the conversation over to black men and how they have fallen into Trumpism and how they are the most susceptible to falling into Trumpism, whatever that means, apparently because we are silly little children.
I actually think that this is a phenomenon that needs to be better understood. I think that the behavior of black voters, even in just polls right now, is quite interesting. It's something I'm trying to get at in my reporting. I think the answer is that we don't know everything yet, and we'll certainly find out more in November. You know, my instinct is, first of all, that people forget. I mean, black voters.
Remember her name, Myra Gay. Myra Gray, New York Times editorial board. Remember this woman's name. You're going to see her again. Myra Gay.
Are just like all voters. They too can be susceptible to disinformation campaigns. Black men, especially, because they're.
Here we go. She started off well. Black voters, like all voters, are susceptible to misinformation. But then here's the pivot, especially black men.
People forget. I mean, black voters are just like all voters. They too can be susceptible to disinformation campaigns. Black men, especially, because there is a divide, by the way, in this polling in behavior between black men and women and, you know, their interest in Donald Trump. Black men may be attracted to Trumpism more than black women. That would be consistent with white voters as well. So that's another parallel to look at.
Now, I want to stop there. First off, what is Trumpism? That's literally a made-up term that means absolutely nothing. There is no such thing as Trumpism. So you can't fall into something that doesn't exist. But number two, I once stated that black men are more susceptible to fall into Trumpism more than black women, and they fall into it to the same degree that white people fall into Trumpism. And that's an interesting pair. What parallel is there between black men and white people that is so interesting to explore? What she's doing is referencing a completely idiotic theory that straight black men are the white.
And this is an article, straight men are the white people, straight black men and the white people are black people. That's how you got it right there. Straight black men and white people are black people. Oh, there you have it, brother.
You see,
they want you to be a pussy.
You see how we being marked? You see how we being marked and being targeted, bro?
Ooh.
You see that?
And this is women.
Yes,
this is women that's putting that market target out there on us, bro. And then when we speak, like old boy speaking calmly, talking with knowledge, talking with logical, they still would deem you as bashing them, but they openly just put a hit out on you and saying that you are the white black supremacist, bro. Get the fuck out.
Now, and watch this. See? But you think it just her though. Oh no. Watch this.
That's burnt, man.
Damn, Frank.
His name is Al.
That's dangerous how these motherfuckers doing that shit, man.
Man, we got a target on our back, man.
So, but see, can we call them our women? I don't know, doing the stuff like this. What do you think, Chad?
We get bullied. We get bullied. We get bullied by the feminists. We get bullied by the bussy boys, and we get bullied by the sellouts and the sell-ins, and the crackerjacks. We get bullied, socially bullied, and like they saying we are the toxic masculinity that's stopping forward progress. See? But how's that when straight black men is getting shot down in the street every time you look at it?
Fundraising asks. But here's how we get.
These busses in a minute. Oh, you thought I'm coming to these busses about these STDs now. Just wait a minute. Hold on.
At the breaking news this weekend when Donald Trump spoke at a black church filled mainly with white people. So that some, what say you?
I say that I've probably all of my life heard every bigot I've ever talked to say that. That's usually their opening line. That some of my best friends are black. And you say that being defensive because it should be a given that you have friends that are black. The fact that you have to say it tells us that you really do have some biased tendencies, if not an outright bigot. I also think that it takes real effort to go to a black church and have mostly whites in the audience. I mean, in Detroit,
What is that?
I've never heard of that. I've been preaching all my life, and I've never seen a black church in Detroit where the majority of the people in the audience are
Hold on. What church you preach at?
white. You go to
Don't nobody know.
Hold on.
Don't nobody know.
What church does this five down and lay to the side scarecrow preach at?
Now look, because I'm about to, because as soon as he's done, I'm gonna expose this bastard. Watch this.
A real right-wing conference which draws white supremacists. So I think Donald Trump more defined himself to black voters this weekend than he was able to appeal to them.
And to be clear, a black church full of white people is a black church full of white people.
To be clear, when Martin Luther King said the most segregated hour in America every week is the hour that people worship at church, well, he was foreseeing the white audience at Donald Trump's black church event.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Molly?
Yes, for sure. I mean, I think some of this is Trump trying to give a permission structure to try to prove or to pretend to more mainstream voters that he's not racist, so that they will.
No. Let's because Al Sharpton says something in here. Any black people that
these lights are so bright in my eyes that I can't see too many people out there. But
they should be ashamed.
Oh, what is it being erased?
Friendlies come to my convention. I believe he's a racist, but that's not what we have to prove. Just look at his record. He has always race baited. He started with the Central Park five innocent young men in New York. He called for the death penalty. Or has he ever called for the death penalty for anybody else? His political career started by saying a black man was not a real American. He was born in Kenya. Birtherism. Has he questioned even Joe Biden's birthplace? I mean, everything about race, he's always race baited against blacks. So all you got to do is look at his record. And I've said to any of those that support him, show me where he was on the right side of any race issue. We forget, this is the man that said when we saw the march in Charlottesville, where they were saying things to protect a Confederate statue, Robert E. Lee, and saying anti-Semitic things. He said they're firing people on both sides. He was the president sitting in the White House, president, during George Floyd, probably the biggest race case of our time. What did he say about George Floyd? Oh, I'm sorry. He had them clear the protesters from in front of the church, held up a Bible, and condemned the protesters. Never even tried to say anything about police reform. So if the record is, Sotomayor said it about the other case, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck.
All right. That's what I wanted to get to. All right, Mr. Al.
I feel about the Central Park 5 thing, but other than that, everything else, I don't understand. I don't feel him.
But if you read the Central Park 5 paper, he never mentioned them in the paper. He said that Black, Hispanic, and Asian and Latinos they were tired of all the crime going on in the city. So that was even a misnomer that he put out there. Come on, Al Sharpton. He never actually mentioned them by name. And actually, on September 26, 2002, one of the guys did admit that he actually did have something to do with it. But that's either here or there. I'm going to show you this because Al Sharpton's a liar. All right, Al, let's pull you up. Oh, shit. Guess what they're not letting me do, Frank? They're not letting me I pulled up pictures of Al Sharpton hanging out with Donald Trump back in the day, and they won't let me pull up no videos on it.
Oh.
Because Al Sharpton used to hang out with Donald Trump back in the day. You know he was a fat boy then, remember? Why y'all trying to hide these pictures? Al Sharpton used to hang out with Donald Trump back in the day now.
That's burned.
Him and Jesse Jackson, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, he's a parasite.
When he tell you, huh?
He's a parasite.
Yeah, I got him. Wait a minute now.
Call me a troublemaker? Yes, I make trouble for bigots.
From old friends to now fierce foes.
Donald Trump and I've known each other 25 years.
This morning, President Donald Trump blasted Reverend Al Sharpton, saying on Twitter, Al is a con man, a troublemaker, always looking for a score. Reverend Sharpton was quick with his comeback.
A troublemaker.
A con man. If he really thought I was a con man, he'd be nominating me for his cabinet.
The president also tweeted Reverend Sharpton hates whites and cops.
We can't help it. He's like a child.
This is not the first war of words between the two native New Yorkers. Trump and Sharpton clashed during the Central Park 5 case after Trump called for the death penalty, and again when Trump questioned whether President Obama was born in the U.S. Sharpton addressed the latest rift in a press conference from Baltimore. Over the weekend, the president claimed Baltimore is rat-infested, said no human being would want to live there, and he called their congressman, Elijah Cummings, a brutal bully.
The tweets absolutely feed into racial tension.
Basil Smikle is a former director of the New York State Democratic Party.
I think there are Democrats and
So, it's mighty funny.
Wow.
Mighty funny that, you know, it's mighty funny that Al Sharpton talked all that crap, but you saw all the pictures I showed you with him hanging out with Trump. He was a little chunky boy then, a little chunky, but it is what it is. Let's pull this up. Since we're talking about a lot of things, 42,000 STDs. Let's pull this up here, man. All right, guys, we got to talk about some. Now, look, check this out. Now, it's saying that social media falsely claims. This is what they say.
Sweetwater helps music makers make more music.
Could be wrong, could be right.
Less time waiting, thanks to our fast free shipping. Less time looking for answers.
And you know what it is. But
thanks to our expert sales engineers. Spend more time on what matters
I can't
with Sweetwater.
Okay, but here we go. Why the thing ain't let me go? Oh.
New at 10 o'clock, the Houston Health Department is setting the record straight about an alarming social media post that is going viral. It claims to show more than 46,000 people tested positive for various STDs in Houston just last week. Stephen Goen is getting some answers about what those numbers really mean. Stephen.
Len, this post is alarming because it's been viewed more than 3 million times, but it actually refers to the number of STD tests across the state, not diagnoses. Tonight, the Houston Health Department is now apologizing for the, quote, distress this may have caused, but they still don't know who exactly put this information out there. It only took 24 hours for this image to gain traction on social media. It claims tens of thousands of people in Houston were diagnosed with chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis, or HIV in the past week. But that's not true. In a statement to the KHOU 11 Verify team, the Houston Health Department says this post includes grossly overstated numbers and incorrect information. We're told those numbers actually represent the number of tests done for these STDs across the entire state last week, not just Houston. And there's no indication if the tests were positive or negative. According to the Houston Health Department, a, quote, violation of its policies resulted in the data being shared. The department is now conducting an investigation, but a spokesperson would not say if an employee has been identified as the one who published that data.
I knew immediately that a lot of people would read it incorrectly and not understand it.
Jeffrey Campbell with Allies in Hope, a Houston organization focused on ending the spread of HIV, says he was disappointed.
It really bothers me
to see misinformation and stigma about STDs gaining traction online. He believes if people are getting tested, it's a good sign they're being responsible.
Individuals cannot know their status, whether it's an HIV status or an STI status, unless they get tested. Testing leads us to ending the HIV epidemic.
Now, we will stay on the health department to see if they find the employee responsible for this misinformation and if that person faces any consequences or disciplinary action. The health department says they do want people to remain safe when it comes to sex. At the Houston Health Department.
Now, all right, this is interesting. Okay. I'm going to say this. They saying misinformation. Pioneer, you got a point. 43,000 in a huge number for a city as big as Houston. Whatever the case, is it tests, whatever. Why are that many people going to get a test, right? I know what this is. Me and Chak talked about this earlier, Frank. You weren't on the call with us. But it do need to be a conversation had about, say, STDs, right? And me and Chak said people are having a whole lot of sexual activity in the wrong areas. Let's face it, man. Eating feces, having sex in the ass, right? Right? So conversation do need to be had of what the hell is going on with people having all this unnatural sex. That is going to cause an outbreak of disease. Okay? Point blank period. Nowhere around it. Because you're right. Why are you having symptoms if you don't test it if you don't have symptoms to begin with? Now, don't get me wrong. Hey. One time I ain't telling a lot. Go ahead.
Some might not say that they have a sex. They might not classify that as sex. They might classify that as morbid masturbation. They masturbating each other. They morbidly masturbating each other.
Well, can I? Huh? Let me do this because I got to make my point of I feel a reason why we having these problems. I'm gonna play 2 audio clips. Really hate to do this, but I gotta get my point. You hear that? You heard that? Suck on my ass. You heard that, right? Okay, that's part 1. Okay, that's sexy red. You heard that, right? Suck on my ass, right? You heard that, right? All right. All right. that's one part. Suck on my ass and lick on my clit. Well, that shit don't even go together because after I suck your ass, I hope you don't eat your pussy. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Yeah, Dawson, that's what he said. She said, suck on my ass, lick on my clit on here, whatever the hell it is, right? All right. Meg Stallion said the same thing. So, right? These women talk about live names, right? But Jean Aiko said back in the day, eat the booty like groceries. That's what she said. On post to be, right?
This shit is burnt out, man.
That was, wait a minute. Y'all think I'm playing? See, I get real, man. We gotta talk about this shit, man.
Man, let's promote some ratchet shit, man.
Now listen. Didn't she say you gotta eat the booty like groceries? Isn't that what she said? Come on. They got it in the damn song, man. Come on, man. What the fuck? So what I'm saying, when you put this music out there, you're gonna have people that actually start trying this shit. Okay? That's all I'm saying, man. It's a correlation. Megan Thee Stallion said if he eat my ass, he a bottom feeder. That's what Megan Thee Stallion said. That's not me saying. That's what Megan Thee Stallion said, okay? So what I'm saying is an obsession right now with eating ass, man. Let's put it like that. Yeah, I can't dress this shit up no better.
A bottom
it's
feeder?
An obsession right now going on with these.
They burnt out, man.
So what I'm saying is, there's a lot of BS going on in here. Okay, now, Ms. Dawson, you're a nurse. Matter of fact, I don't know where I left my other phone at. But if you want to call my phone and talk about this, you're welcome to call my line right quick. Or you can come on the show if you want to. Because it's serious, this stuff about these STDs and stuff got to be talked about. Because this stuff is getting really bad, yo. I'm just letting you know. I'm just saying. We got to have a discussion about it because it's getting really bad. Okay, I'm just telling you. This shit is crazy. Okay. All right. Let me see. Let me get back to what I'm at. But Shaq, thanks for reminding me. Yeah, you're right, Eric, right. Weaponized hip-hop. That is exactly right. Weaponized hip-hop has got something to do with this stuff, too. These I've had one tell me. Go ahead.
No, I'll wait till you get done.
I had one actually tell me that guys now is asking her, is it okay? And she told me, BJ, we're from Richmond. We're from the hood. We ain't get down like this. Where is this shit coming from? And I told her, well, you know, it's coming from these new clowns going on. We got these freaks and the geeks going around. We got the freaks, the meeks, the geeks, and we got, as in that post I sent you earlier, talked about transplants. People hanging out with their side chick, but the side chick is a transgender. A lot of down low activity going on.
Well, they don't, like I said, man, they use multiple stones to kill multiple birds now. It ain't the old saying no more. They didn't advance themselves. They weaponize hip hop, but they also weaponize movies, TV shows, the internet, web, education. It's all been used as a weapon, man, on all levels. Anytime we can go back to the Players Club. What was they doing in the Players Club?
A movie, huh?
Huh? Y'all don't remember them scenes in the Players Club?
They was messing with strippers. They were messing with strippers, right?
Huh? Yeah, but you see this one girl, but you remember the scene with the old girl, Trixie or whatever, allegedly supposed to ate that carpet? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Huh? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. How many women we got openly don't mind licking on each other? I'm talking about just on some, you know what I mean? You know, come on, man. Like, so we can't just blame it on music and hip hop because my thing is they use so many avenues now. And film, like I said, film, cinema,
that she was diagnosed with anal
television as a weapon.
2018, and she's been raising.
Well, what happened with this lady, John?
You're right.
That's a good point. What's up with this?
Right.
This
Listen,
actress,
this
right?
is kind of interesting too. These are the symptoms of anal cancer. Listen to this.
Wait, what happened?
Awareness about it ever since. But what are 6 potential symptoms of anal cancer that you should be aware of? Well, they can include bleeding from your bottom, itching and pain around the bottom, small lumps around and inside your bottom, a discharge of mucus.
Matter of fact, I'll pause it. Go ahead. How you doing, Dawson? You doing all right tonight?
Yeah, I'm good, BJ.
All right, yeah.
I call in.
Yeah. I can't. I left my other phone downstairs. I just say going to get it right now. I know where it's downstairs, and I just say you got my personal number. I mean, you know, I played the video of your cousin. That's tough story, but I told Shaq. You know, I told him I was talking with my homegirls today, and then a guy called me. I'll tell you about that offline later, but some wild stuff happened today. He called me about, but I ain't got all detail, but he did tell me. But I was telling Shaq, you know what? Me and one friend talking, and the reason why you have a lot of all these popping up diseases, people are having a wild lot of sexual activity that just ain't supposed to be where it's at. You know what I'm saying, right? But I said, when you got Sexy Red and this Gene Aiko and Meg Thee Stallion and all them putting it in the hip hop music, talking about eating ass and shit, that's what you're gonna get. But
that shit burnt, man.
Charleston White, he said, I think I posted on my Facebook, when they asked him about Sexy Red, the person, because, you know, I don't call these people women, okay? You know why?
I know.
Meg, the person, okay? All these people that's promoting this degenerative behavior is like Charleston White said, he don't like them because they promoting a whore culture, right? And it's going to destroy the young girl. You think he did a job on the young men with the gangster rap and locking them up in jail. Watch this do this job on these women. Now, that testing talking about 42,000 in the state, that's bullshit, okay?
Yeah.
That was probably here, okay? Being in the medical field, working on the county and the private level. From the county level, like you see all these bustified little boys here popping whatever, or getting BBLs. I heard they getting BBLs too, but that's another story for another day.
Hey, keep going.
These same young boys is the ones I used to have to care for in the hospital, losing their life in their 20s.
My brother did too.
Because they done been, see, you know, my uncle did too. Okay, we all got somebody in our family that got that high five. That's what we call it in the hospital. Use your imagination, know what I'm talking about. And they making this shit free like it's cool. And then the women who get it, they get it from the men because the men bustified. Okay? And so they let the men go and they behind, or the men splashing them because they going up in other men. Okay? And that's how it spreads to them. Just look up a lot of cases, because Texas got a law. A person gets, they penis, if they give it to a woman, it's called a
deadly weapon.
Assault with a deadly weapon, because they penis the deadly weapon because it's giving you high five or AIDS, right? And so, and I'm going to get on Facebook eventually, do me a live, and Facebook don't block me because they've been blocking me lately.
I know.
About this side in this bustified culture. Now I'm calling everybody out, whoever listens to the replay, join me on this thought coaching and in these busty chronicles that's going on. How do you destroy people? Through the penis, through the vagina, through the womb, right? Through the culture, right?
Yeah. Let me bring up one thing there.
Through the education system.
Let me bring up one thing there, because, you know, we got my main pioneer in the chat, right? Now, He left 3 comments over the last one, blaming on integration. Most of our people didn't practice that shit until they start living and working and going to school around white people, learning from them. They learned it from whites, most blacks, and our natural state don't have to be so freaky. Natural sex is good enough. If it were the entire state of Texas, is far more than 42,000. So, and it's mighty funny because Nuri Muhammad, who is in Nation of Islam, actually said that. He said for 4,000 years, every nation that was undisciplined sexually ended up meeting its end. And that's what's going, that was the fall of Rome. That's how Rome fell. Homosexual activity.
Homosexuality with the Vikings in the home. Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's
all you gotta do is look it up in it, like Chak say, the movies and the TV series.
Yep.
My son and his dad, they love to watch them little war Viking movies, and sure enough, you find somebody in there being pussified, or a couple of them. Remember, they used to use them more for pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Oh, my bad.
Matter of fact,
my bad. I'm wrong.
Matter of fact, I'm European from the UK, and the East versus the West, the North versus the South, they be banging on each other over there.
Everybody else have a culture, okay, and a way of living, morals. Man, I had to tell my fat bad built neighbor that downstairs, we missing Jesus Christ and God. I said, well, I tell you what, if that's the case, then if you come down to Austin with me next year during the legislative session, talk against this homosexuality and this transgender and stuff that's still going on undercover in Texas, even though it's against the law. Well, see what I'm saying? Because y'all idolize the pastors. That's what y'all doing. And we're not going to start on that Bible's false doctrine and name King George. Okay, go ahead, BJ. I'm going to keep listening.
No. Look, I'm glad that you brought up your points because I just wanted to bring this up because I'm about to play this video on Nuri Muhammad. For the last 4,000 years, every nation that was sexually disciplined got destroyed. I ain't playing it yet. I'm gonna let you go ahead and talk, Chak. Okay. I just wanted to pull it up because that's what I'm saying. And I'm saying, Dawson, that's why you saying in thought culture. Well, like I said, I'd never heard of this shit about eating ass and all this shit until probably about 10 years ago. I never had no sisters coming to me talking about no shit like that.
And we in our early 30s and mid and late 30s. We ain't never heard of no stuff like that.
That shit is foreign to me, yo. That's a wild shit.
Why are you going in the anus? Like, do you know what come out of there with the my bad, Chak? Go ahead, Chak. I done cut off Chak. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
That's real, though. That's real.
Say what you gotta say, Chak.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the same. It's funny that you got Pioneer and brought that up because I was just telling Dawson before we got on that we inherited a lot of traits from these so-called Europeans, these Asians, and Africans that they brought over here, and now that we participate in those traits, bro. That you know what I'm saying? The homosexuality, the anal play, the wars, the battle against the East, against the West, North against South. That's their beef that we inherited when they brought it over here. They brought their beef with us, and they brought their tendencies, their bad traits, and we are the product of those traits. I was just on the line with a guy from the UK, and I asked him, I said, huh?
Now returning to Frankenstein.
You said who?
Frankenstein.
Yeah, I said, now, is I'm right or am I wrong? Did not ghetto and slums, is that not a derogatory or a slang that was used specifically throughout the European nations? He was like, yeah, ghetto. He's like, yeah, ghetto. They came from Italian or some shit, Italy or some shit like that. So a lot of that stuff was brought over here and dropped on our doorstep, bro. And we've been participating, within the last 200 some years, since the 18th century, definitely going into the 19th century, of the debauchery between man and woman. Even the fact that they women, even the way they treated their women, bro. They treated women like whores. Women were concubines, bro. They brought their women over to concubines. That's why they had the women thing movement in the 50s, 60s, the feminist movement, because they women was nothing to them. They couldn't vote. They was concubines, bro. They brought that over here. All women were royal.
Yeah. Your boy dropped another one in the chat, Shaq. He said, if you look at these people who love this freakish type of sex, most of them have erection problems. I said, God damn. Woohoo. Okay. Well, that's another interesting comment. So, hey, Dawson, I just want to bring this to you. Because before I get back to this video, I just want to say this is a good call, but you know about this because you've seen this in the health department. And I don't think this is no misinformation that they putting out. Because I can go to Virginia, Petersburg, right up the street and see the same numbers. Not that many, but Petersburg is a small town. It ain't nothing probably about.
Well, what is happening is, and what they lying about, because I work, like I said, at the county hospital. This what happened at the Barber too, because you get some of those patients that trickle in too. What has happened at it's an outbreak that can happen. So if somebody is going around, or a few people is going around spreading it. We would have it in the county all the time, so that's why they would have to sometimes bring the CDC down. So the CDC has come down. It happened to me. I had one of my clients in the hospital, my patients I was taking care of. They interviewed him. Now he allowed me to stay in the room while the guy from the CDC was interviewing him, and it was a drug dealer that was going around. And, a lot of these people, were users, right? And he was going around speaking with men and women and just blowing them up with high five. Blowing them up with it. They ain't had the money. He made them suck his thing or screw them in the butt or whatever and splash, and he was blowing them up with high five. So, what they don't tell you, but they tell us in the hospital, oh, be aware, y'all, they seen something from the health department. Oh, it's the outbreak, so if you get this number of cases, then they would tell us to ask like certain questions, like when we do the assessment and stuff. And then it's real bad, the CDC. So that's what happened. It's bad. It's an outbreak. Somebody's spreading, or some people spreading it, and the CDC then got involved, and that's all. The hospital's aware of that. That's probably where it probably leaked from. But they trying to backtrack.
Look up Boss Man.
That's not true. That used to happen pretty frequent. And them bussy hoe brothers and that, y'all, when I say they hoe be gone, it's like looking like a black hole.
Wow.
Y'all, it's sick. We put diapers on them.
She ain't lying though.
Yeah, that's what they never paid us enough. But I say all that was hazardous pay. Mentally, physically, psychologically. Man,
hey, look, Shaq, she ain't lying though.
But it's taking them out. It's taking them out.
My brother told me.
Medicine don't make them last too long.
Hey, Shaq, she ain't lying though. My brother told me you hold so big you stick a fucking fist down that motherfucker.
He wasn't lying.
Oh my God, stop.
All right, I'll stop, man.
Stop. Hey, look up Boss Man when you get a chance. If before the show up, look up Boss Man. When you Google who Boss Man is, bro.
Yeah, hold on, Shaq. She's talking about the pandemic going on. Well, actually, this is more of an outbreak than the so-called scandemic, by the way. But go ahead.
Well, remember the pandemic was going on, and I know this was true because I saw a little bussy. He was on his stroll in my neighborhood. He was on that stroll, and I remember he was getting blew up so much. Whatever he was doing, I would see him from wearing clothes, but then he started wearing a little Depends diaper.
Whoa.
So I was just having to talk to my cousin about it. He was like, yeah, cuz that's a lot going on. You ain't hear what the minister said and gave the announcement? I say, no. He said, you didn't hear about the shortage of the Depends because all the bussified folks getting it in. Oh, man, that's why I was getting it in. When a pandemic, it was but opening up like a waterfall like Gay Obama did.
Hey, well, look.
But my bad, Shaq.
No, you good. I wanted to say something. I'm gonna let you go. But look, pioneer of it. He been listening to you. He said, sister dropping out. My mom used to work in a hospital and told me about how sisters back in the 80s and 70s had to go to the hospital with their whole leaking. They had to wear diapers in the hospital because they were leaking. Yeah. My mother was the first to tell me about this when I was a kid. So everything you're saying is 100% correct. I've been knowing about it. You've been knowing about it, and people who don't know you better know what these buses are up to because they going through a lot of stuff. And when they put them on these drugs, that drug is only to suppress the symptoms, not get rid of a damn thing.
And let me in on this too, if I can, BJ.
Go ahead.
Remember, y'all, they never die from the high five or the AIDS. They die from a complication from kidney failure, brain cancer. They end up getting cancer, brain cancer, because their immune system has been wiped out, right, y'all? Look that up. If y'all ever look that up, that's what takes them out.
How they get in the brain?
Brain cancer.
How did they get that though? How did they get in the brain cancer?
That's what it's called. You watch the movie Philadelphia that Tom Hanks played in. That's it. Corposis sarcoma. They hit that's the brain up.
You get lesions and all that stuff over your body, man. It look like you got like a bunch of lesions, but it look like lymph nodes, but it's a bunch of lesions, and they can't stop the lesion. That's what corposis sarcoma is. But yeah, so we're gonna get back to it. But I'm gonna play the video about this nation being destroyed. Just like you say, pay attention.
Well, hold on, Shaq. I think I cut Shaq off again.
No, that was Frank.
Oh, Frank, my bad.
Dawson, how you doing?
Yeah, he just want to know what brain cancer was and all that.
Oh yeah, that's them lesions they get on their head and stuff like corposis sarcoma. They die from pneumocystic pneumonia in the lungs. So people don't know that they don't never really die from the AIDS or die from the HIV. Well, it really turns into AIDS, right? And that's all dealing with a viral load, like the T cells and all. Okay, I'm not gonna get too technical on that, but it starts to attack the organs in the body, and the body can't fight back because the immune system doesn't have a way to fight back.
And all your white blood cells are gone. You don't have no white blood cells. They are finished. You can't fight.
That's why they have to get their blood. That's why they have to get their blood drawn every so often to see how they T cell count is.
Well, yep. Well, that's good. I'm just glad people drop this information because I told Shaq I gotta do a video on this shit because nobody ever talks about this HIV stuff. They don't talk about it, act like it's a foreign thing. STDs. This stuff is running more rampant than what they called it was a so-called outbreak back in the day. It's more rampant now. What are you talking about? Just don't talk about it.
But BJ, you didn't touch on how Chak keep talking about how it was them with what they were doing, white folks, and we've assimilated to their culture. But remember, high five used to be who was the face of high five? The white gay men in San Francisco. Okay, then pay attention. We are the test dummy, the goddamn guinea pig for everything they throw out on here.
That's right.
Oh, we gonna try it on them. I like to say our culture people, or the black people, like they say. First, let's try it on them, and then if it works, we'll just start putting it on other cultures. Crack cocaine hit, well, hey, and what happened? They people start getting on heroin, methadone, cocaine. Go ahead, BJ. Appreciate you.
No, take your time. Thank you. Yes, man.
Man, that's real though. That's right.
But look, this is a very interesting topic because you gotta understand this, man. Like, this stuff is really, really good, serious right now. And like we were talking about weapons, all y'all got good points. I'm just saying that people are not paying attention to it. This thing is really like, even people just got to be careful what the hell they're doing right now because you don't know, because that woman you meeting, her sisters for the man you meeting, you might want to ask them, have they ever, because I know this thing they going on now, that some of the women say, I want to have a polygamous relationship. You're right, Dog Boss, a lot of people injected with it too. But wait a minute now, because I asked one of them, I said, what you talking about polygamy? You talking about 2 men, 2 women, what you talking about here? I mean, I said, because, I mean, some brothers like having threesomes and stuff, but like I said, You don't even know what these sisters that y'all dealing with. That's why I said I don't know why these women, bitch. You don't know what these women y'all dealing with doing. I mean, these women might be messing around with 2 women, 3 men, you know, because sometimes them bitches y'all they think they messing with, or them femmes they mess with, oh they slipping and sliding too. So oh, they ain't exactly they coming back to the other side sometimes. I know. I'm just putting it out there. Because I know one that used to mess with me that told me that she had a girlfriend, but she didn't want her girlfriend to know. Right? So it is what it is, man. There ain't no hiding from this thing. Right? You gotta pay attention, man. And really know what the hell's going on. Yeah. Yeah, you know better not to do threesomes now. Okay, good. I'm glad you know about it. But it happened a lot, man. I mean, hey, man, it is what it is. We all done some shit, right? So it's okay. No problem, man. But it is what it is. But let me play this video right quick.
I really been thinking about this question. I'm starting to believe lack of sexual discipline is the core of our people's financial and familial problems. What are your thoughts about this?
That is definitely a component. And I will say this, that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the root of our problem as a people is a spiritual problem that necessitates a spiritual solution. So when you take the concept of people that have accepted or taken their low desires as a God besides God, that is a spiritual problem. There are other ones that can be packaged with it, but at the root of our problem is a spiritual problem that necessitates a spiritual solution. There is a British anthropologist by the name of John D. Undum, and this man did a study of 80 nations over a 4,000-year window of time. And he studied the rise and the fall of these 80 nations that have existed in the last 4,000 years. You won't believe what he found. He said this, that nations that were engaged in premarital sex and extramarital sex were nations that were weakened, destabilized, and ultimately destroyed. The nations that were able to thrive, be creative, transition over cycles of time, and remain in existence and powerful were the nations that had the greatest discipline in the sexual world. So what you're saying, Brother Lynn, it has some weight to it. For him to be able to study that, I said when I got finished reading the report that he made about Rome and Babylon and these different nations, I said, so I see what's happening. Anytime you got a nation where everything goes, that nation will soon be gone. And do you know that if you were to take the template of Sodom and Gomorrah, ancient Rome, Babylon, or any of the other 77 other nations that this man studied for this time period, if you were to lay them over top of America and the way America operates, America is practicing all of the low lifestyles of all those nations put together with some new ones added to it. So America is on her deathbed right now. And part of it, yeah, America does have a skin problem, mistreating black people with black skin, but America also has a sin problem. And these two problems are what is going to cause America to be wiped off the face of this earth as a superpower and a nation. The skin problem, the mistreatment of black people, the people of God, and the sin problem, the violation of the laws, rules, statutes, and commandments of what makes a nation survive and thrive. America's in violation of all of the commandments of God And they don't just allow, it promotes the madness. And there will be a great suffering because of it, like those other nations that failed in the past. So you're not far off with that. And I'm saying to us as a people, we have to, from here on out, when we talk about unity, we have to talk not just about the horizontal unity, brother to brother, sister to sister, brother to sister to brother. We have to also talk about the vertical unity. And that's us not just united with each other, but us united with principles of truth, with character, with morals. And if we can connect to each other, but we're not connected to morals on a vertical level, we won't be able to remain connected to each other. How can I stay in unity with a pedophile? How can I stay in unity with somebody that's going to steal? How can I stay in unity with somebody that's going to lie, that's going to backbite, that's going to slander and gossip? So we as a people, if we're going to have unity that's successful, it can't just be this horizontal unity, brothers and sisters to one another. We have to also make that vertical unity with God himself and begin living a moral life. And by doing so, being united to the principles and the character of God and united to each other, we'll be great and we'll be successful. And who knows, we might inherit this promised land called the United States of America. We built it. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, once when he was in a plane looking over, he seen it. He said, this is ours. This is for us. So, you know, that's something that we should consider. Your point is very much on point. There may be a few other things to it, but it is true. Anytime you see sexual promiscuity, premarital sex and extramarital sex in a nation, as John D. Undum found, 80 nations studied over a 4,000 year cycle, all of the nations that had weak sexual discipline end up becoming a weak nation that eventually fell off the planet as a nation.
That was a good. So that was a good point. Yep, Eric, right. A lack of discipline is abundance of destruction. You're exactly right. He made a good. I mean, Nuri, he hit it on the head on that one, man, because the stuff that's going on, ain't no way you'll be able to survive this over the long haul. I mean, some of these people die in their 30s, man. I'm just letting you know. So just pointing it out there.
True. Pioneer, what up? What's going on, Pioneer? What's good? Salute. Dawson, salute. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Chat, salute. That was a good little topic. He broke it down, man.
But
this nation, we not.
Shout out to everybody in the chat.
But they don't want us to be disciplined. That's the whole point. That's why they got these shields, and that's why they got Steve Harvey talking about if you don't vote, you're not going to get no reparations. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, man, and people, you know, purposely misleading the people because they know the people are not. I'm not gonna say stupid, but they know that the people aren't sharp. They know that the people just fall for the okie doke. You see what I'm saying? It's the everyday. You know, if you keep getting caught in indoctrination constantly over and over there for years and years and years, you see what I'm saying? You're gonna get used to that indoctrination. You see what I'm saying? You know.
Yep, it's these oath takers up front. It's these individuals that look like you to take these oaths, man, to these secret clubs, secret social clubs, dog, that don't have your best interest, dog. And they posing as, you know what I'm saying, you know, as you. You know what I mean? Y'all call them gatekeepers. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're opposers, man. Don't. And they've been tricking us with this racism stuff and this colorism, man. What was it look just like you? It'd be your own demise. It'll set you up and backstab you, lead you down a dark road for you to get, you know what I mean, to meet your demise.
Hey, Shaq, Watch this. So we were talking about all that shit. We were talking about all that shit that we've been talking about, and this is what they promoted for Juneteenth, man.
In honor of Pride Month, Vice President Harris welcomed the original and current cast members of Queer Eye to the White House. Together, they engaged in conversation about representation in media, the progress of LGBTQ rights, and what's at stake for the LGBTQ community in the upcoming election.
It's up to us to say to each other, no time for apathy right now. No time to say, well, I'm sitting this out. I don't feel good. I don't want to.
A recent GLAAD report showed that 94% of LGBTQ voters are likely to cast their ballot in November, with 68% of them supporting President Biden and 15% supporting former President Donald Trump. With elections in November, the cast is encouraging the LGBTQ community to get to the polls.
LGBTQ rights are very simply civil rights. And there's the old adage, it resonates beyond our community to other marginalized groups. And we need to remind everybody how important voting is because it lifts everybody up.
During its debut in 2003, Queer Eye was a rare representation of LGBTQ individuals in primetime television. Back in 2006, GLAAD reported that just over 1% of TV shows featured LGBTQ characters. Fast forward almost 2 decades later, and that number has increased to nearly 11%.
It was such an incredible, groundbreaking thing that history now, years later, I think everyone understands what you guys did.
These two get credit because they were sharing. I don't know if you knew this, but on our end, right, the criteria was, yes, you had to fit into the umbrella of your category, but you had to be openly gay. And as an actor, I remember thinking, oh, so then I'll walk into rooms and spaces and everyone will know. And
I mean, I didn't have to worry. We already do.
You didn't come out to your family.
Throughout the years, the cast has seen the impact of the show, with viewers acknowledging its role in sparking conversations within their households and promoting acceptance of the LGBTQ community.
One of the most grateful things I am for that show is that so many young people come up to me today on airplanes or in the mall and say, your show helped me come out because it allowed a safe dialogue with my family to say, oh, gay is okay.
To be able to be a part of that visibility for queer people, I think what I really hope that we can do is make queer people's lives in especially rural spaces, but also really anywhere, easier.
Now this is some cockamamie bull crap, but that's what your vice president is bringing to the White House to celebrate.
These niggas is wild, man.
Hey, man, it is what it is, baby. Hey, look, man, y'all play it again.
Wow.
Hey, man. They told the Negroes, y'all come on early. We get y'all out the way first. We get y'all out the way. We bring the real guys. We want these guys. These the guys we want. We want these guys. Yeah, they want. That's the one they wanted. Gotta play it again. You forgot it Pride Month, didn't you? Right. But let me Justin Timberlake was hanging out with like a sucker bus looking figure, and Gayle King jumped and said, I know he's responsible, even though he got a DU and WI.
They defend the whitey, baby. Defend the whitey. Bam.
Man, they defend him well.
Boy, I'm telling you, man.
Hey, look, man. I'm gonna say this, man. It's getting wild. It's a wild world out there.
But see, but how come I didn't really see no backlash like that for him being on DUI? I don't really hear. It's not all over the news like that though. Like 24 hours.
Hi.
Backlash. They supporting his ass. What are you talking about?
But they're not R. Kelly in them, though. You know what I'm saying? They ain't like, Why would they, right? These motherfuckers, boy, I tell you.
Now look at this.
These type of shit be psyops right here, man. Yeah. Crimson
I'm your
Cure right
hostess, femininity coach, and the author of The Crimson Cure. And this is my perspective. So we got a video here of a police interaction with a single mother and her daughter, right? And I'm gonna play the clip. Wow. And y'all tell me, is this good or bad? Right? I want y'all to just give your thoughts in the chat and in the comments. I'm gonna play the video. There is some language actually from the little girl, so please just be aware of that. And we're gonna go ahead and play the video. Here we go.
I'm gonna make it big. I'm gonna blow it up.
She had a duffel bag. The CV gave the description of a female black with long braids with the white.
Female black.
What classes did I steal from Montclair? Mommy, I know who it was. Classes did I steal? They stop recording it now. You should not be recording it without our permission. For my safety. Thank you. My aunt stole glasses. It wasn't her. You should have a fucking white t-shirt on. No. Leave my mother alone. I don't have nothing though. This is crazy. Oh my grandfather, you don't have nothing. I'm gonna kill somebody, bro. You leave me alone. Listen. Bro, my mother get arrested, bro. I swear to God, bro. I'm gonna punch somebody in the face, bro. Please.
All right. So here we have an incident where apparently there was a police call because there was a shoplifter in a store. Now, if you were listening to the description, this woman didn't fit the description. So apparently she was actually not the person that was shoplifted in the store. Okay. So there's that. But then the behavior of the little girl, and what you wonder where she learns that from, right? We have an adult that is not, she's not parenting right now. This little girl is out of control. I understand being upset, right? As a child, she's old enough to understand that if she probably doesn't have a lot of people that she can call, or she doesn't know what's going to happen to her if her mother is arrested, right? So I get that part of it, but we wouldn't have never, just because we're children and those are adults, regardless of the situation and what we thought about it, we would not have been allowed to yell and curse and scream at no adult for no reason. Our mother would have been handling whatever the conversation had to be between adults. We would have got backhanded for that. We would have got backhanded and snatched up real quick. See, the police would have been looking at me, you see what I'm saying, for the snatch up. Like, man, you snatch your kids up. Yeah, because who told her to do all that? Nobody. See, the deeper issue here is that there is no man. You can tell it's a single because she doesn't have anyone in her life that helps her to regulate her emotional outbursts and her feelings. Men, actually, fathers, that is a part of their role in their daughters' lives, is to help her make sure that she can manage her emotional output. Right? It's okay to have emotions. It's okay to feel a certain way sometimes, but at the same time, you still have to have some control over the reactions that you're having emotionally. In other words, like the old folks say, what come up can't come out. You got to have a filter, and your parents have to teach you that filter when you're young. Because when you're a child, you don't know that you should have a filter until your parents tell you and guide you on what's appropriate to say versus what's not appropriate to say. And that was inappropriate regardless of whatever was going on. And this is how they learn how to be little hyenas, right? This is where they learn it at, because Can you imagine her at 16, 17, 18 doing that? There is footage of teen black girls with the police officers just like her. So where was the mothers sit over there? And I'll handle it. You shut up. Go sit down. Be quiet. Quiet. You see what I'm saying? So she didn't exercise any control, girl, quote unquote, defend her in a situation where the little girl shouldn't even been talking to begin with. Like, be a little kid, go cry or something. You know what I'm saying? Like another little kid would have been crying. But this is how hyenas raise they cubs to mimic what they would do as adults.
All right, so I just want y'all to hear that. That's just some crazy crap right there. I don't know what the fuck is going on with that situation. I mean, whoa, man, that was like a little bit out of hand. Pioneer said, well, Dawson, you're right. What did little girl be in prison her teens? And Pioneer said, what man with good sense will walk into that type of dysfunctional household? Yeah, it's a bad situation. I can tell that. Let me play this video, Dawson. Send me right quick.
And gentlemen, there was a video that came out from a Latino man here in Texas. He's in a border town, and he's sending a warning to Black Americans about Joe Biden. And he's warning about something he said a while ago and some other information that he has because he has family that work in Border Patrol. Let's go ahead and look at it.
Black Americans of Chicago, this is directed at you. In a speech Biden made a while back, he said that the majority in America soon will be Latino. He didn't say black. He didn't say Asian or white or anything. He said Latino. That's why millions and millions of lighter-skinned Latino illegal aliens are being allowed in. And many of them are being sent to Black communities so that they can slowly start to replace y'all. You need to wake up, man. I'm from Texas. I'm from a border town. I have relatives who are Border Patrol and who are in law enforcement. They were being given $5,000 upon entry into this country. And as soon as they got to their destination and settled in, they were being given $1,200 a month to $1,400 a month, plus free food stamps, free housing, free medical, free dental, and they even get free college. You can research it. They get free college, illegal aliens, but you get nothing. You get nothing. You need to wake up, man. Stop voting for the Democrats. In some cases, it's already too late. I'm good. I'm Latino, man. I don't have to worry about being replaced. I'm Latino, but you have to wake up. In some cases, it's already too late. Millions of these people will never leave. Okay, they will never leave, and the Democrats don't need your vote anymore. Man. They used you for your vote, and they already got voters, man, and they don't need you anymore. And I'm telling you, man, you better wake up. You better stop voting Democrat. You better wake up. Latinos for Trump, 2024.
So as you heard on this video,
hey man, he let you know, man. Hey, look, man, he gave you the warning signs.
But see, the thing is,
look, one thing before I get off.
But see, the Congressional Black Pioneer, I blame the Congressional Black Caucus. I blame people like Muddy Maxine Waters. I blame people like, you know what I'm saying? Who else? Also not Sharpton. I blame people like that, man. Those are people that sold us out and that's been selling us out and they keep doing it. You know how you know the prerequisites of them selling us out? If they're for Israel, they're selling us out. If you know what I'm saying, if they're for the LGBT, they're selling us out. If they're for any of these little agendas, immigration, they're selling us out straight up. They notice how they're not pushing any kind of legislation for us at all.
Let me pull something up here because I'm about Latinos replacing you, right? Now you remember, there's always what they call descendants, right? Look at this. Feds building massive detention facilities in all 50 states. Whoa. In all 50 states to imprison political dissenters. Documentary claims. The documentary is called Treason. Go look at documentary Treason. You'll find what I'm talking about. So we talk about that they got this in all 50 states. They're making FEMA camp. Matter of fact, I'll play the clip for you. Hold on. Let me play a little small piece of it.
Well, we have a saying on this show, the conspiracy theories are just 6-month spoiler alerts for what's to come. And there's no shame in raising these questions. So here's one for you. With over 30 million, upwards of 43 million illegal immigrants that have poured across the border during Biden's presidency. And the federal government is building massive facilities that can sleep tens of thousands of individuals all across the country. You probably haven't heard about these large facilities, have you? Well, why are they being built? Who are they for? We might finally have an answer. Listen.
It's not for these illegals, especially let's go off the numbers that they're telling us that there really are. They're saying, what, 11 million? In reality, I can tell you right now, with talking to all of the agents that I've talked to, private sector, looking at the cameras and all the real data, we're over 30 plus million who've actually entered this country.
Yep.
And so even with that, even though that's enough to replace about 36 states population, why would they need to continue to do that if they're trying to absorb these guys, make them productive members of our society, get them into housing, because we know that there are already housing projects being coordinated with builders, again, with our money. I believe it's to kind of like what Nazis did with the Jews. Concentration camps, processing facilities. They're going to need somewhere to process the dissidents.
So it's not for illegal immigrants. Who is it for? Dissidents? We're going to unpack this with former 24-year veteran of the Customs and Border Protection, J.J. Carroll, who did this interview as part of his new documentary.
So I just wanted to show you that they're building a lot of camps around this country, man. And that's the hold on. Let's see. I gotta pull up one more thing for you before I go. Hold on for a minute. Justin Timberlake, whoa, makes out with blood-spewing succubus at Eyes Wide Shut party and demonic music videos. No Angels music video going viral on social media in wake of Timberlake's DWI in the Hamptons. So if you look at that succubus right there, right there, oh yeah. A satanic themed music video by singer Justin Timberlake received Pad Drive and leading to Hampton. The music song No Angels released in February begins with Timberlake in an elusive elite party, remote mansion filled with debauch and red light and reminiscent of the mass ball ritual scene in Stanley Kubrick's film Eyes Wide Shut. So as you realize, Justin Timberlake is that ain't the only thing going on with that DWI. A lot of other stuff is going on too. But it is what it is, bro. I just pointed it out to you. But it was a very enlightening conversation. Y'all had a lot of, that was good that we talked about this STD stuff in a way. I actually got to talk about it more than I do. Probably about once a week or something like that to let people know. A lot of things going on. Like I said, the day's been incredibly hot. It'll be 100 degrees over the weekend, twice probably. Close to it. So, gotta stay hydrated, people. They same as heat wave, but like, talked to your lady, your friend, Miss Lockhart, earlier, Chak, Dawson Frank.
Oh yeah, what's going on? How's she doing?
Here. She said that
you should join us one night. Give us a special guest appearance when she has some time.
I called her tonight. She was already laying in the bed, but she said that she wanted to come on and drop some jewels. She asked me about life in Virginia and you know, how much was it to live here and things like that. So it was interesting. So, but she did call me. She said that I gotta let her know ahead of time when to come on, because she loved to come on and talk to us again. She said that she been putting out videos the last couple of days, and things like that. So, but she asked how you were doing, how Frank was doing, and how Miss Dawson doing. Actually, to tell you the truth, I told her about the situation with Dawson's cousin, and then she just said California is wild, and she said it's a shit show anyway. But it what it is. I'm pretty. She just said a lot of shit going on, but yep. So she said that she asked how y'all were doing.
No, hey Frank.
What up?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now go ahead.
Yeah, it's wild.
What you think about the draft? You didn't get a chance to speak on the show today, did you?
Nah, man, they didn't want. I said in the chat too, man. I don't know what happened. What's the name? Kind of left me hanging, Valerie, man. I was burnt, man.
I didn't get on to the last. I was on. I was trying to. I had been hit the button to talk to Mr. Johnson, because I had him on my show a couple years ago when I did my show when he was doing the gun violence march.
But you know what
I interviewed him a couple times.
That's good. He's doing the march and everything. But you know what about those statistics? They're like, oh, it's one gun for every person. That's bullshit. Because are you counting the elderly and the kids? Come on, dude. We don't be thinking.
Hey, they tell you 40 million guns in this country, man. They tell you 40 million guns in the country. That means somebody out there got 20 of them in the goddamn house.
Man, you got some people probably got 100 plus guns somewhere.
Hey, look, those stats, that's obviously a lie. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, obviously, people probably do. In this country, do got a lot of guns. But like what you said earlier, Shaq, it was marketing and all that, and they look at all that. You know what I'm saying? And they're promoting and they pushing all these guns. You know what I mean? But they talking about. I think a lot of these are psyops, man. I'm sorry, I don't think all three of these.
They told you, Frank. Every time they have mass shooting, don't they tell you gun sales go up? They don't care about you buying no damn guns, man.
And then why they was, and then the thing is, why they always talking about why they keeping track with all these mass shootings and stuff like that, supposedly all these mass and this and that, and then they always talk about gun control or some kind of gun reform. That lets you know it's an agenda right there. How come? Okay, when it comes out of you know what I'm saying, burglaries or something, why is there no burglary reform? Robbery reform. Come on, bro. Are you serious?
I'm still waiting on the BOLO from the FBI. I'm still waiting on the BOLO. I'm still waiting on this.
Keep waiting.
I'm still waiting on the identity for them to put out the identity of a mass white shooter, bro. From 18 to goddamn 65, bro. When they gonna put that out?
Exactly. What happened with the Epstein files, man? What happened with the Epstein files?
Oh, speaking of that,
man,
I'm glad you said something about Epstein, because I think Arnold Schwarzenegger and John Podesta working on something for climate change. Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger, former governor of California. So interesting.
Working on something from climate change.
Yeah, they working on climate. John Podesta and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Man, this is a fucking clown show.
But you're right, it is a clown show. That's why I said I had to play a part of the clown show. Now, Frank, man, how things go in California? Charge information. How things going out there?
It is what it is, man. But Pioneer is right though, man. They're really trying to purge black people out of the state. You know what I'm saying? They really are, man. These motherfuckers, man. And that's what they want to do. You know what I mean?
Yep.
With everything. You know what I'm saying? With the racism, with the, you know what I'm saying? With the gentrification. With everything, the high housing market, everything's burned out. You know what I mean? But so y'all can holler at me, man. Some good topic. It was a good show tonight, man. Y'all can hit me up. You know what I'm saying? XX Frank Nitty XX, man, on YouTube. XX Frank Nitty XX on Instagram, and then also Frank Jones 8115 on Instagram. You know what I mean? Holler at me, man.
All right, Chak, how things going in Texas and shout out to information. Yes, how things going in Texas first.
Man, yeah, it's hot, bro. I'm saying it. I'm saying, different. I say it. I mean, I make ground zero, but I mean ground zero. I'm saying the different, you know, immigrants, popping up here and there, everywhere. And now that this got more hot, I see more of them outside. More kids. I'm like, hold on, are these kids supposed to be in school? So I'm like right in the area where shit, they get flooded into, bro. Next thing I look up, and that neighbors across the hallway, it's a different person or group of people. Like they flooding in, dog. They flooding in like hot water bugs or something, man. I don't know what's going on, man. I guess they trying.
Well, yeah, like I said, we're gonna be 100 degrees here tomorrow and Sunday. So, I would say this: make sure people stay hydrated. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know we like to do it. Stop eating all the crabs, goddamn hot shit right now, flying chick, all that fucking bullshit. Fuck it, man. It is. Look,
we got to talk about men's health, bro. We got to come on and talk about men's health, man. This is supposed to be men's health month too.
Let's do it.
Ain't nobody really tackled it.
Yeah, we got to talk. Let's talk about
I'm
next year.
supposed to be doing something Wednesday though. I need to call Bishop and make sure that, because I forgot my son's birthday is Wednesday. So
matter of fact, shout out to Bishop. He just had a surgery. I think he was successful. So shout out to him.
Oh yeah, man.
That's right. Yes, man.
Yeah, he had surgery yesterday. So yeah. So I think he had a hernia or something like that. And that's something that's ever overlooked. But a hernia is actually, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's real easy to get but hernias are actually a common thing too. So people, prostate and testicle health. Yeah, we gotta talk about prostate and testicle health. Yes, we do gotta talk about that, Pioneer. Thank you.
We got to talk about the prostate health, bro, and the colon. We got definitely the prostate, man, because they doing something, man. They really doing something to us men in America, bro. Us indigenous, copper-colored American men, dude. They're trying to, like I said, chemically annihilate us, dog. Sterilization is definitely you better believe it.
Well,
yeah, I
better believe it.
Go ahead and shout out your information.
Oh yeah. My bad. Yeah, y'all can catch me on Instagram, man. Shaq_Edwards. That's CHAQ_Edwards on Instagram, and the same as Shaq Edwards on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I do a couple of live videos sometimes, man. Live streams. I don't mind nobody joining me, chopping it up with me, man. We just building and putting some information out there, putting awareness on certain things, man. So that's where y'all can catch me at.
What up, man? Because we got damn, it's June already. Goddamn, we got where we got about 6 more months ago.
Man.
But no. Look, it's all good. But I will say this, that I would say people need to be careful. The STD information, people need to take it. It's not a game anymore. Okay, it's not a game. It's really serious. And that we got to put that into our men's health too, because that is a part of men's and women's health. Actually, so the men getting it and passing it on, and they talk about super spreaders, but this shit been spreading way more than some daggone COVID, man. That's some bullshit. Okay, so this shit way more dangerous than that, bro. Because it's making you infertile and not being able to produce as well. So just pay attention, man. But I'm glad that we was able to talk about that topic, because it really hit home earlier today when I saw it. Then a guy called me about the incident, and I'll talk about that offline. But take y'all time. Y'all have a great night, and then we're gonna try to get okay, that's fine. We can, make a next show list on the back of the wall and write down a list of topics we talk about next time. Yeah, STDs is no longer COVID. Okay, that's fine. But I'll be writing some of this stuff down too. But we're gonna talk about men's health and things like that. So, with that being said, y'all take your time. Have a good night.
All right, salute, man.
Take your time.
Salute.